All right, here we go. We have one of my favorite actors in the building right now, John Witherspoon.
Thanks for having me.
Man, no matter what movie you're in, you consistently steal the movie.
Well, they let me ad-lib.
Right.
So that's my thing. I can create jokes right on the spot.
Right. So you're like, fuck
Funny
this.
lines.
You're like, fuck this script. We're going to do it this way.
I can do it this way. I've done many of them like it too.
Do directors ever try to like argue with you about that?
Oh yeah, when I was on Tracy Morgan show, they said, "Oh, Mr. Witherspoon, you got to stick to the script." I said, "Man, this stuff ain't funny. We're supposed to be funny. It's a comedy, isn't it?" They said, "Well, sir, you got to stick to the script." I said, "We're gonna be canceled real quick," and we got canceled about 18 shows in. We got canceled.
There you have
all that money I missed.
So you were actually born in Detroit.
Detroit, yeah.
Okay. One of 11 children.
11 kids.
Your parents got
9
busy.
boys and 2 girls.
9 boys, 2 girls.
Yep.
You got a lot of brothers.
A lot of brothers.
Okay. Your parents got busy, I see.
They never told us about sex, but apparently they didn't have time.
They're too busy making kids.
Yeah, too busy making kids, yeah.
Okay. Now, your real name is Witherspoon.
Witherspoon.
So you changed it to Witherspoon.
In our family, some of my brothers and sisters were Witherspoon, some of them were Witherspoon. That's how the city did it. They didn't give a damn. Some of them were Witherspoon. This is a Witherspoon. This is a Witherspoon. They didn't know. They didn't know how to spell it, I guess.
They just changed some of your names.
No, they didn't change them. At birth, it was like that.
Okay.
So I got brothers who are Witherspoon and Witherspoons.
Okay. But you're a Witherspoon.
I'm a Witherspoon.
Okay.
But I think I might have been a Witherspoon in the beginning.
Now, your brother actually went into music.
Yeah.
And he joined Motown.
Motown, he wrote for Motown, yeah. That's
Okay.
why I knew all the Motown artists.
Right, Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson.
Smokey, Temps. I used to play basketball with the Temptations.
Right. Oh, any interesting Marvin Gaye stories? Because he was the enigma of the music world.
Not really. He used to have this big Fleetwood Cadillac, and his little head was sticking out the driver's seat, driving that big Fleetwood. He said, "Spoon, you want to buy this one day?" I said, "I don't want that big ass car." That was funny when he mentioned that time. He had parked in the car one day, and I had another car. My car wasn't that big, but he had a Fleetwood. That's a big car back in the '65. Big car. Yeah.
Okay. So how initially did you actually get into comedy?
Well, I would live with my brother for about 6 months and his wife and their kids. And they would go every Thursday to a theater group, and they would do theater. I said, "Boy, that's pretty hip, y'all going to do theater and all that stuff." And so I said, "Boy, I'd like to be an actor one day." So what I did, I got in Yellow Pages and I called John Binkelman's acting classes. And so it was $25 a session, private lessons. And so I went and I did it. And first day I was there, I said, "Boy, this is exciting." So he was teaching Shakespeare. So I would be in there tearing up Shakespeare. So I was there for a year, and he said, and when he came to me, he said, "We have a comedy show every year. I want you to do some comedy." I said, "Man, I don't do no comedy. I'm barely getting past this Shakespeare." So I did. He said, "Think of something funny. You can do it." So I did. I went there and stole the show. I had about 2 bits that I did, very, very funny, and they died laughing. And I did an impression of Johnny Mathis back in that time. It was really a big deal. Mm-hmm. And so that's when I started doing comedy. I said, "Wow, maybe I can make some money doing this." And the guy who was who was a actor who was a singer, he said, "Why don't you and I go out weekends and we do shows somewhere, you know?" He said, "You can do comedy and I can sing." So I said, "I don't give a damn." But we do old folks' home, man. I said, this is what comedy is, old folks' homes. Well, they up there like this,
What?
Farting in the room. So that's how I got into comedy.
Okay. But when did you actually get on the whole comedy circuit? Did you start out at the Comedy Store?
Oh, I started the Comedy Store, 1974. I lived in New York for about 3 years. So I used to go to Bud Freeman's 44th Street to do comedy. But Bud Freeman put me on at 3:45 a.m.
Oof.
Yeah, it'd be two tables full of people in the room.
And that's it.
And then I'd get up and go to work the next day. See, I worked at Hoffert's for cutlery. We sold knives and stuff. So I did that back in, that was 72. So I started years ago. Then I said, this is not working for me. So I went back to LA, bought myself a car and drove all the way to Las Vegas to see what the comics are doing. Yeah, I went to Vegas first, which I shouldn't have done because I lost my money the first night. First week I was there, I lost all my money.
Okay.
Thank God I rented a room for 30 days. Thank God I did that. So I had to sit in the room for 30 days and was broke and have no money.
Wow.
I called people in Detroit to send me some money. People get real funny when you 2,000 miles away talking about you want you to send me some money.
Right.
Huh? What?
It's a bad connection.
Bad connection. Click. Some of bitches. They ain't give me no money. So it was tough time, but I hit the, I don't know how this happened. I went to see Diana Ross one night. I didn't have about $1.50 in my pocket. So I said, man, I might be gonna throw this thing in the machine. I threw it in one of them machines. That thing said, I said, that thing, I got $7,000.
Wow.
Ain't that a bitch?
Back then.
Yeah,
So that's
and
more
the guy
like-
paid me cash.
So that's like 20,000 a day.
Yeah, he gave me cash. Man, I thought this was some dream or something. I went back to the hotel. I ain't had no more than about a week left on my hotel room. I packed my bags and left that morning. 4 in the morning. I come out of that damn Las Vegas. I got out of that. You know they have a divider in the street where this go with trees and stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, you go over here and make a turn to come this way. I went across that divider. I said, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I went across that damn divider, dirt all over the floor, you know, I done, boom, 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 and went back to L.A.
Okay.
Went to L.A.
And then you went to the Comedy Store?
I went to the Comedy Store about that first week, yeah.
Okay.
First week I was there.
And then you started doing stand-up there?
No, you go in there and you introduce yourself to Mitzi, and they put me on open mic night.
Mm-hmm. Which is the lowest of the low when it comes to
That's when you first start.
Yep.
Yeah, I would tell everybody, back in 74, we didn't have enough people to finish an open mic. We closed at 11 o'clock because they didn't have any more comics. Now they got to wait 3 weeks to get a job, get an open mic night.
Right.
So many comics a day.
So during that time when you were just starting off,
Yeah.
was Richard Pryor and Jay Leno and David Letterman, were they all?
They came that same year. Richard was already there. Richard was there before everybody.
Yeah.
Richard Mooney, Paul Mooney.
Okay.
Yeah, they were there. So Mitzi made me an MC because I needed that money for a job, see. Mitzi she made me the MC at the Comedy Store. So I MC'd the second show. Dave Letterman MC'd the first show. He was the MC of the first show. I MC'd the second show. So that's how I got into the Comedy Store. Then I was a doorman. I worked the door. I had to pay my rent, brother. I did anything I can. Not to go back to Detroit.
Any job you could.
Any job I could. And then I got a job at Gucci in the daytime.
Okay.
So I'm working days, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I worked the Comedy Store at night from Gucci.
Okay.
So yeah, so I was always a hustler.
Where was Richard Pryor in his career during that first
He
year?
was popular.
He was popping.
Yeah,
was he doing his stand-up specials yet, or no?
Oh yeah, he was doing albums.
Right.
Yeah, he would do his albums. I was his opening act. Mitzi made me his opening act.
Okay.
'Cause I would MC for Richard. So Richard would tell me to go up there and do 45 minutes. This after a while, after I had probably about 1975, yeah. So Richard would work 6 months on his album. He would do it every night. Then he'd go on the road. But he would work at the Comedy Store every night in the main room.
Okay.
Room.
He was testing out his material there.
Originally, work on his material.
Okay.
Yeah, people in the back give him some lines, give him this and give him ideas. He did that for 6 months. Would not fail. He'd be there every night. He said, Spoon, come up here and hang with me. So I go over there with him. And And he did that's why I was proud of him. He was diligent.
Well, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and we were talking about Richard Pryor, and I said, I think Richard is the greatest black stand-up comedian ever, and he said, no, Richard Pryor is the best stand-up comedian ever. And I thought about it, and I'm like, shit, I think you're right. Did you say that?
Richard was very popular. He's one of my favorite. Who else could it be? I mean,
Eddie Murphy's obviously up there. George Carlin's
Eddie Murphy
up there.
he didn't do stand-up that long.
Yeah.
Richard was stand-up forever. George who?
George Carlin.
But George Carlin was tough.
Yeah.
He was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was. He was funny.
Yep.
He didn't give a damn.
Nope. Richard Pryor, he almost birthed a lot of the comedians. I feel like he almost birthed them. Like I feel like Eddie Murphy wouldn't be Eddie without Richard.
Well, I think a lot of them try to even look like Richard.
Right.
A lot of them cats, Steve Harvey and Tim Reed, they all try to look like Richard Pryor.
I can see that.
I said, y'all trying to be Richard Pryor, all of them. And they got over by it. They were successful.
Yeah.
But no, I know Richard. Richard would have him laughing so hard. Oh my God, he had him laughing. George Carlin was having thinking, but Richard Pryor had them laughing.
Yeah.
They would be laughing, boy. And so by me being the opening act, I would have a good, excellent crowd. The best crowd I think I ever had was Richard Pryor people. Every race in the world, movie stars, everybody come in to see Richard.
Oh yeah.
Everybody come to see Richard. We were in the original room. We were in the original room.
You went on to do the Richard Pryor show.
Yeah. They want funny people. And so Paul Mooney, which is one of Richard's best friends, cast the show for him. And he put us all on there. We were all on Richard Pryor's show. We didn't make no money, but it was still fun. We ain't lasted but 4 weeks.
That's it, huh?
Y'all get the fuck out of here. NBC.
You were on the Jamie Foxx show, and he talked about how Richard was so high off of coke all the time.
He was high. He was too high to work. A lot of them are like that shit. A lot of them are getting high off of coke. Richard was too high. He couldn't deliver the line. He'd be slurring his words and stuff.
Richard talked about getting high in his comedy act.
Oh yeah, he let everybody know he was getting high.
Right.
He would be on Johnny Carson saying that.
Well, you said that Johnny Carson was doing coke all the time too.
All of them had coke. Johnny Carson had a hole put in his nose. Had a hole in his nose. So that's that coke problem. See.
Right. You said Red Fox was heavy on it also.
Red Fox, all of them back then had people that you didn't know that had them was tooting that coke, trying to get some energy.
Well, did you ever read that interview with Quincy Jones, where he talked about how Richard Pryor had sex with Marlon Brando?
I didn't know you could read it. Where was it at? It's an interview.
It was an interview. Yeah, it was a written interview.
Richard used to have a party at his house every Sunday. I ain't seen no Marlon Brando nowhere near that party. So I think that's all. I was a fucking doorman. I don't know what the hell they were doing. I was happy to have the little money she paid me to pay my rent.
Right.
When I first got to L.A. So I ain't seen him. I ain't never met Marlon Brando. I met Nico Brando. That was his son.
Okay.
When I was at Gucci, he would come in and say hello because I was like everybody's therapist in Gucci. So I would see them all. Sammy, everybody coming. Sammy Davis, Jonathan Winters, all them cats were coming to Gucci. Boy, that was the funniest job I ever had in my life. They were wonderful people. They treat me. They let me do anything. They get the women come and say, "Is Witherspoon here?" Old women. So I would take them around and treat them, give them a glass of wine, and I would meet all the women that come in there. Old women, that want somebody to say that they look good that day. So that was my job at Gucci. But as far as Marlon Brando and all that stuff, I don't know. All I know is that I never seen Marlon Brando at that party. He had about 100 people there.
Okay. Well, Richard Pryor's widow said it was true. Said that Richard would get high enough.
Oh, Jennifer?
The white woman, I think.
Jennifer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
she would know.
She said that Richard would get so high off of coke that he would have sex with anything, pretty much. He said he would have sex with a radiator and buy it a drink the next day.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there.
There you go.
But I know that Richard was a funny man, and he didn't mind me opening for him but he didn't want me to open for him on the road.
No?
No. He said, Spoon, I love you, but you too funny to open for me.
He was scared.
I would get standing ovation.
I bet.
I get standing ovation also. So but that was good enough I worked him. Then we worked 1 week before he go on the road. He would work 1 week in the main room before he would go. We would go to Sunset Boulevard. It's a theater over there. That's where he shot. At the Pantages. It might have been the Pantages. I don't know where I was at. But he would go to the main room and do a week or two there. And that's where he and we had great crowds then. But you had great crowds. Anytime Richard Pryor coming to the Comedy Store, the people wrapped around the block.
Yeah, I bet.
To see him. Probably just like a Chappelle.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, I feel you. Were you still friends with him when he lit himself on fire, I guess?
Yeah, oh yeah. I called him at the hospital. He don't remember.
Yeah.
But Mooney was on the phone, and Mooney said, Spoon, and he, I said, let me talk to Richard. Richard don't remember that stuff. He was so out of it. But, that's, I never did I ain't had no money to do nothing like that anyway.
Right.
I never had no pipe money. I was struggling to make it as an actor. Thank God, because I'd be horrible if I had blown myself up.
In terms of acting, you were in Hollywood Shuffle.
Oh, yeah.
Was that your first film?
Shuffle. No, that's not the face. I did Jazz Singer.
Oh, okay.
I did the Jazz Singer with Neil Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
But I was doing a lot of television. I was on Barnaby Jones, Good Times.
Right.
Incredible Hulk.
Okay. That's
What's Happening.
Mm-hmm.
WKRP in Cincinnati. I did all those shows. I did all that money to pay my rent. I paid my rent.
They weren't paying.
I know I wasn't going back home.
They weren't paying a lot back then, though.
$130 a month.
Damn.
1 bedroom, huge bathroom, huge living room, huge dining room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you were Meteor Man, actually.
Meteor Man. Yeah, that was with Robert Townsend.
Right, Robert Townsend, right. And that was actually, was that the first black superhero movie?
Yeah, probably was.
Right.
Yeah, Robert Townsend did Meteor Man. He did that after he did
Hollywood Shuffle.
Hollywood Shuffle.
Right. And I think it was after 5 Heartbeats, too.
Yeah, because I think the Meteor Man was the Meteor Man the first one he did? No. There was a third one he did. So he did Hollywood Shuffle.
Right.
And we were also in a movie called Ratboy.
No, I don't remember.
You never heard that one?
Never heard that one.
That was Clint Eastwood's girlfriend at the time, Sandra Lott, called Ratboy. And Robert Townsend was the lead in that. He was an actor in there. And what happened was...
It's a boy that looks like a rat.
Yeah, look like a rat, trying to run for mayor.
Okay. 1986.
Is that 86?
Yep.
Wow, that's a long time ago. So what happened was Mitzi made me the MC of the Comedy Store. See, I worked at the MC. So she wanted to keep me around the Comedy Store because I was good for her. So she didn't want me to be successful. I can understand that. So I worked the door, then I MC, and she would be collecting the money. Mitzi be in the corner collecting the money. Come up the steps, Mitzi be right there. So she said, Johnny, start the show. So I put the rope up and walk around and do the time on stage. And she would holler from the booth, "Wait, Johnny, there are people in line." And I said, Mitzi, I'm doing my act. This is how we started, Mitzi and I. Thank God bless her, she just died.
Yeah, rest in peace.
But they had a show in the original room. Clint Eastwood was there and his girlfriend Sandra Lott, looking for some comics to be in Ratboy. They didn't give me a showcase. A showcase is when you go show your stuff and see if he like you. I didn't get that. I was the MC of this show. So he got there, Clint Eastwood was there at 8 o'clock. Okay, so so now the comics say they don't want to go on right now because there's only about 12 people in the audience. And they don't want to go on now. So Mitzi said, Johnny, go up on the stage and do some time. come on, quick, do some time. We don't want Mr. Eastwood to be bored. So Clint Eastwood was sitting in the back. I went on stage with 12 people, maybe 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people. And I had them all dying laughing. And so then Mrs. said, okay, then she hollered from the back, start the show now, John. And so Clint Eastwood come up to her and say, look, I want him. She said, no, your show about to start now. You can pick the comics you want. No, he said, I want him. I want this one right here. He's the one I want. She said, well, what you gonna do? He said, I'm leaving. We got who we came to get. We got who we came to see. He said, he's hilarious. That broad was mad. I got a showcase. What did you do? What did you say? I said, Mitzi.
Messed it all up.
He came up to see funny people, not you can be 3 people in the audience and make them laugh. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, she was mad. So the showcase stayed to kill the showcase wasn't no big deal.
You still got the movie?
I got the movie. Wasn't no money being paid, but I worked with him 3 or 4 times. I worked with him then. He did Bird. Mm-hmm. He called me to do Bird. He said, I want Chicken Wing. They call me Chicken Wing.
Right.
I want Chicken Wing to be in Bird. So I got another job out of him.
Well, you did a bunch of movies.
Yep.
But for me, it wasn't until Boomerang that I really started paying attention.
Boomerang with Eddie Murphy.
With Eddie Murphy.
With everybody. Halle Berry.
Martin Lawrence. David Allen Greer.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, they had shot this movie. They were done.
Boomerang was done.
Yeah.
And
so
you weren't in it.
Eddie said, I want Spoon to play David Allen Greer's father.
Right.
Because Spoon is crazy. So he told Paramount that, and Paramount said, we don't want no Spoon. What is this Spoon? We're over budget already. We want to take the movie the way it is. Eddie said, and Warrington Hutland was the director. Reginald Hutland was the co-director. Reginald Hutland was a director. And so Paramount told Warrington, if y'all do it, we're going to squash this movie. And Eddie said, you don't work for Paramount, you work for me. Spoon gonna do this part. And so they got me, and I'm in LA. They shot the movie in New York. Mm-hmm. So we went, they got us to fly to New York. And the lady who played my wife, BB Massey Drake, they said, when I got to the set, when I got to New York, they said, Spoon, they want you to be funny in this movie. I said, okay, where the script at? They said, ain't no script. You gonna do the script.
There's no script.
What you mean I'm the script?
Wow.
What you mean I'm the script? He said, go to the wardrobe department and pick up something real, the stuff you wear all the time, the stuff you like to wear on TV, on the movies, and we want you to do this scene. And you do everything what you want to do. I said, I don't watch what you mean. I just flew in. I don't know what the hell's going on. So I went to the wardrobe department and got the mushroom jacket. I saw this thing and I said, this is the funniest outfit I've ever seen in my life. I'm doing like this. You're going through things. I saw the mushroom. I said, damn. Then I opened the thing, mushroom inside the belt. It had some socks and stuff. But I didn't get the socks. I said, I take this one right here. Fit me, perfect fit. So Paramount was mad. Oh my God, they sabotaging the movie. They sabotaged this and Witherspoon this and then Eddie did this. So they had some people, executives from Paramount, standing behind the camera. So Eddie said, Spoon, what do I do? He said, just ask me. I said, just ask me how do I pick my clothes. That's what you just do. Don't worry about it. I do the rest. So, Eddie quick like this. He's quick. So we open the door. Hey, how you doing? I'm trying to impress you. That's how I got into the scene. I'm trying to impress you. He said, yeah, you always trying to impress me. He said, look at this outfit. I said, that's how we got into it.
Right.
Said, mushroom this, mushroom. That was a funny thing.
But the catch line from that was bang, bang, bang.
Bang, 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 bang. We used to do that in Detroit when I was a kid. You get a girl, go do the bang, bang, bang. We get a woman, boy, I got me a girl gonna go do the bang, bang, bang. I put that in there and didn't tell nobody what I was gonna do. And they were laughing so hard. People at the table were laughing too hard. They had to shoot. And when I did the first scene about you gotta coordinate, the people from Paramount fell on the floor. They said, welcome aboard, Mr. Witherspoon. Thanks for coming.
Right, you said, don't be. So,
my
son told me you pussy whip.
Yeah, that's something I picked up right away. They said, change the subject. That's when BB came in. She was perfect when she said that. Cause we didn't know what she gonna say either. She said, come on, baby, just change the subject. I said, okay, fine. That's why I got into that. Then I looked towards Marcus. I said, Marcus, somebody at the job got you pussy whipped. That's what everybody, they laugh so fucking hard.
He said, you can't be pussy whipped.
You gotta whip that pussy. Don't be pussy whipped, reverse it. Whip that pussy. Bang, 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 bang.
Right, because you've always kind of played the embarrassing father or the embarrassing uncle.
Oh yeah, I love it. The one you invite to the party, you don't want him to come, but you gotta invite him because you like his wife and he drink up all the alcohol and don't bring any.
So you go and do Boomerang, and there's a few more movies in between there. I mean, there's Vampire in Brooklyn.
That's my favorite movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was one of my favorites. Wes Craven was the director.
Right.
Oh man, he said, Witherspoon, why don't you read the script one day? He said, you always ad-lib me, but you should read the script.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well, Vampire in Brooklyn came right around the same time.
Yeah.
But in 1995, Friday.
Yeah, we did Friday.
Which was your most famous role, you think, Friday?
Yeah, kids, college kids fell into that Friday mode, and they love Friday. Even today, they love Friday. They love Friday.
Well, I guess when the movie was coming together, the movie cost $2 million.
$2 million. We got paid $5,000 a piece to do that movie.
Right. And I guess Ice Cube was going to put up the money himself.
Right.
But New Line Cinema talked him out of it.
They said, look, ain't no sense you losing $2 million. If the movie bombed, we did take the hit. The movie grow $300 million.
He could have gotten all that.
And they're not going to come back and say, we made a lot of money, we're going to give you all a bonus. That ain't some bullshit. That don't happen in Hollywood.
Okay, so you made $5,000.
$5,000. Everybody else on the show, they're going to say they made more money. Anybody made no money on that movie.
Okay.
$5,000.
Did Chris Tucker do about the same, you think?
About the same thing.
About the same.
Yeah.
Did Ice Cube have, Ice Cube had some sort of ownership, so he had royalties.
Well, he had ownership. He and DJ Pooh wrote the movie.
Pooh, yeah.
He used his production company, Cube Vision, I think it is.
Okay.
So he gonna get more money. Then you get more money when you do the second one.
Okay.
They did the second one.
When you guys put together Friday, and I guess the whole thing was shot in 20 days, which is nothing.
Yeah, everything shot in 20 days.
Do you have any idea what you had on your hands?
No, they didn't know. I had to pay my rent. I didn't give a damn what it was.
It was $5,000.
I had $5,000. I had to pay my rent. That rent, $130 some dollars. I paid about $3. See, I used to pay my rent 6 months ahead.
Okay.
So if I'm broke, I still can have a place to go home and sleep. That's what I used to do when I first started. 6 months ahead. It wasn't but what? It wasn't but about $1,000. The rent was so low then.
Well, I mean, this movie is in most people's top fives.
Oh, they love it. That's amazing. We ad-libbed.
I think I've watched that movie more than any other movie, honestly.
But we ad-libbed all these comics. You got all these comics working. You got Chris Tucker. You got me. You got, first Friday, Cat Williams wasn't there.
No.
Mike Epps wasn't there. But you still
Tiny,
funny man.
Lister was there.
Funny ad line. We had what's his name?
The crackhead. Was it AJ?
AJ Jamal. That's his name, right? AJ Johnson. AJ Johnson.
AJ Johnson. Yeah.
Johnson. Yeah. He's funny.
No, I mean the whole thing. Your wife.
Yeah.
Regina Hall.
Regina,
the daughter.
Regina King.
Regina King. Yeah. Sorry,
right.
Regina King. My bad.
All those people were in there. All of them ad-libbed, and we had, and Ice Cube's script was easy to embellish on. He had a great script. He and DJ Pooh, and we had macaroni. All that stuff is stuff we created when I'm right there we on the scene and we start ad-libbing stuff.
Okay.
And if they don't like it, they tell you, okay, cut it out. Don't say that. Say you can say this, and we do it 3 times different. You do this one time, this way, this way, this way, this way, and that's how they pick out what they like the best.
So what happened with Chris Tucker and his involvement in Friday?
He with Jackie Chan with that Rush Hour making $20 million. So I wouldn't go back to Friday either.
So that was it. It was just a money thing.
Oh, it's all about money. Oh no.
But obviously he would have gotten him. It's not like he's going to get $5,000 to do next Friday. I mean, at this point he's a superstar.
I got $400,000
for the second one.
Yeah.
Okay. So he would have gotten probably even more.
He probably got more. Yeah.
But it wasn't.
But it wasn't no $20 million.
20 million. Okay. So
you're gonna do it. You're gonna get a 3-picture deal for $20 million each. I would have been right there with him.
Right, because he did Money Talks afterwards also, before the Jackie Chan movies, before Rush Hour.
Money Talk, that's another movie he did, right?
Yeah, he
he
started
probably got big butts on that.
with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, he got big butts on that. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so at that point, he was just making so much money he didn't look
He ain't
back.
gonna go back to no Friday. Plus, he got religious, and they said, you know, they don't smoke weed. They don't want kids smoking weed. See, so he said they smoking weed, and the preachers got to him and say you can't be in a movie where they smoking weed and stuff. Now weed is legal.
Yeah.
Now he want to go back, but now he got another job with Jackie Chan again.
Okay, so is he coming back and doing another Friday?
I don't think they come back. I don't know.
Are you doing another Friday?
If they do it, I would. You know,
Okay.
because I talked to Cube and he talked to Warner Brothers and said they're gonna do it. They're up for it.
Yeah?
Yeah, they want to do it. So I don't know. I'll be there because I need that paper.
I bet.
Yeah.
And all the fans want it too.
The fans want. I get so
Right.
I get so sick of this on the road, boy. Y'all you're gonna do another Friday. In airport, oh my God.
Well, you know, because I've watched all the Fridays, but
Yeah.
I don't think any of them had the magic of the first one.
Yeah, the first one was with the first one, with the second one, they should never move out the neighborhood. Stayed in there. It should have been right there.
Yeah, it should have been in the same neighborhood.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm hoping another Friday with Chris Tucker.
Oh, I hope it happens also.
Yeah.
You know, what is amazing about it, I'm going to tell you the reason. They're not going to make another the fourth Friday, which is going to be called Last Friday. They're not going to make one
Right.
for $2 million.
Right.
That ain't going to happen. Because everybody is not broke, we're not young, we're not this and that. They're not young, and they're not going to be doing, I don't need to pay my rent. I got mortgages now.
Yep.
So I don't need all that, you know. And Friday wasn't the only thing that helped me. I got other jobs. I had jobs before Friday, and I have jobs after Friday. Mm-hmm. But I love doing Friday because people love that movie. Oh, man.
Well,
people have parties on Friday and put on Friday.
Well, you were on one of my favorite TV shows, which is The Boondocks.
Boondocks, yep.
You played Granddad.
And Magruder. Now, Reginald Hutland, who directed he directed The Boondocks. He directed House Party. He called me for House Party. He told me, he said, man, you stand in that window and you say anything you want, and I keep the camera on you as long as you can holler at the kids. I keep it on. You want to do 40 minutes of that, you keep doing. So I went in my dressing room and started writing stuff down, what I'm going to say when I'm standing in the window talking to the kids on House Party. And public enema, what's a public enema? Who give a public enema? Hey, shut up all that damn noise. And then he also directed Boomerang. Mm-hmm. He also directed a commercial I had for Tide, because I called him to do that because he always gave me all these jobs. Mm-hmm. So when it came down to Boondocks, he and Aaron Magruder were partners on that. So he called me and said, Spoon, you want to do a cartoon? I said, I don't do no cartoon. What am I don't cartoon. He said, man, just do the pilot. So I went in and I kind of liked the script. It was funny because they were reaching out and doing other stuff that other cartoons that we did that
Right.
didn't do.
Right, because it was political.
It was political, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like Aaron Magruder, and I knew Reggie. So I did the pilot. I said, man, this was cool. I'll do this. This is good. And it was easy working. You go right in over there on wherever that street is, and you just sit up there and microphone and people in the booth, and they tell you what to do. And we were there for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, well, like we were talking before, I actually was on an episode of the
Yeah, you
Boondocks.
said you were on the episode.
Yep.
Yeah, I got to go back and look at that one.
I played myself. They got to make a cartoon of me.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
And that is actually one of my highlights in my
Yeah.
career because I love that show so much.
Yeah, that's what a great show.
You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like, oh, I was just on a TV show. I was on my favorite show.
Right. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
And then plus another thing about that show, they give you a chance. They let you ad-lib. See, they'll shoot it. You shoot it the way it's written. Now you shoot it the way you think it'd be funnier.
Yeah.
So that's what we would do. We would tape it, and then tape it my way. And basically, Aaron Magruder and they were such great writers. Oh my God, that was funny stuff.
Well, yeah, man. And what's funny is that some of the stuff on that show with like the man purse and like
Oh my God, doing it today.
the feminine dressing. That's all
Today.
with the young thugs of the world.
Right.
Like all that's happening today.
It's happening today,
They
boy.
called it all, man.
Right. That's why they should go back and put it on Cartoon Network again. Just do it. Start it from the first one and go all the way to the end.
Yep.
So I mean, it was easy then. Plus the people love that show. I mean, some of the stuff I've done that people love so much. I said, boy, I don't know if I would have loved this if I was not doing this, if somebody else did it. These people love Friday. They love the Boondocks.
Yep.
They love Wayne Brothers. They love Marlon and Sean and they think that, how's your kids doing? It's not my kids, those are my friends, but they're not my kids. How are the kids doing?
Throughout this interview, we talked about all the work that you've done, and you were getting paid, but you weren't getting these massive paychecks.
No,
you
I
weren't
never
getting the
got,
multi-million.
I made $1 million, third Friday.
Okay.
But you know the IRS gonna take all that money.
Yep.
They're waiting for you to come off stage. Witherspoon, come here.
How do you feel about the whole Monique, thing with the Netflix 500,000 thing?
Well, I don't think she's no David Chappelle.
Right.
That's what she want to be, David Chappelle, because she got an Academy Award. But that Academy Award ain't nothing but that thing sitting in the corner somewhere.
Well, it wasn't for comedy. It was for a
No,
dramatic
it's for
role.
movies.
Yeah.
So if you get an Academy Award, don't make you go $20 million person. Oh no. They know when they put up money for you, they know what you're gonna draw. Putting asses in the seats. That's what the business is. They don't give a damn about your Academy Award. Can you put asses in the seat? Will people turn on Netflix to see your ass? Now that's what you got to realize. I would never be complaining about this and that because people, they don't give a damn about me, and I do a very decent living doing stand-up, but I don't have that fame that Chris Tucker have. I mean,
Chappelle.
Chappelle, and who else is it?
I mean, Chris Rock just
Chris
had
Rock,
one.
yeah. They are comedians. They may not be funny actors. Chris Rock cannot compare with other actors, but he can put asses in the seat in the theater.
Oh yeah, no. Chris Rock's stand-up, I think, was the best stand-up of the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It was that good. I liked it better than Chappelle's stand-up.
Well, they got 10 writers writing for them. Most of you guys got writers. You got to get writers. You want to be funny? Pay for them damn writers sitting in the audience and working, doing their job is to write for you.
Right, because Richard Pryor had a bunch of writers.
He had Mooney,
Yep.
and they would tell him, and they would do this. They do Mudbone. I remember Mooney used to tell Richard, do Mudbone. He didn't want to do it. Richard, do Mudbone. Richard, do Mudbone. But all of them had writers. I can't afford no writers, so I just do my little thing. I make my little $1 million now and just go home. Let the government take what they want. I do like this. All right, now I do and count my little money, go home.
Hold on, let me get the right
No,
name.
they all got writers. And it's now you can't curse everybody out in Hollywood and think they're gonna treat you good. Monique cursed Oprah. Who else she cursed out?
cursed everybody.
Tyler Perry.
Will Packer.
Who? That's a director, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What did he
producer.
direct?
Oh, he did. I mean, he did the NWA movie. He does all Kevin Hart
Yeah,
stuff.
he does. Yeah, right.
He did Roots.
Yeah, right. And they gonna curse you, son of a bitch, you motherfucker. You can't do that. What do you mean he ain't no motherfucker? He's just an actor that you don't like, or a director you don't like.
Well, I interviewed Lavelle Crawford a while back, and he kind of pointed out that in Hollywood, they only give one black comedian a chance at a time.
Look at like the comics that make it one at a time. Kevin Hart, they think he's the only comedian in the world right now, for real. Because, I mean, he's not. Even if he helps out, Kevin Hart, he's the greatest. No, he's not. He's good. I love Kev, but he know it. He's riding that vehicle, Cat Williams before him, and then he went loco, a little bit. I don't know what happened. God bless him. He's my friend. I love him to death. But Cat Williams, one comedian, and it just like steps, But like when Def Jam was out, remember, Def Jam was out, you had a few. Eddie Griffith, Chris Tucker, Bill Bellamy, all these guys blew up at one time. And at least we knew who they were. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, dictating. It's not like dictating one comic gonna bring all the comedy to the masses, and that's how black comedian, and especially I'm just really meaning mainstream. Are you a Kevin Hart type? Are you fuck no? I'm too tall to be a Kevin Hart type. I'm a Kevin. Hell, I don't even know if I can even put my baby toe in Kevin Hart's shoe. But I'm a Lavelle Crawford type. But that's the thing. Black comics, and I meant that, and I say that they don't let you have the same, I guess, platform as mainstream comics. You have to cross over, which I'm able to cross over.
No,
You don't think that's true?
I don't think that's true. No, I don't think that's true. One at a time. If you two or three of them, if you could put ass in the seat and got that star over your forehead, a star over your head, you can get in there.
Right, because Kevin Hart is obviously the guy right now.
Kevin Hart got his audience. You got your damn audience. He got young kids. He got 10 writers sitting out there writing his stuff. They go through everything. In a minute, all that's gonna be gone. It's like Andrew Dice Clay. Andrew Dice Clay used to do 2 shows at Madison Square Garden.
Oh yeah, he was running it in the 80s.
22,000 a show. He said, Spoon, I was working with him in La Jolla. I think it was in La Jolla. He said, I'm sitting there thinking, what else nasty I can say that's worse than what I just said? I said, that's Hollywood, that boy. Yep, that's Hollywood. He's a funny man.
Yep.
Old friend. But I don't know about two. I don't know about that. He may think that, but I don't give a damn. Everybody ain't gonna make it. Everybody ain't gonna be selling out 22,000 seats.
I mean, you've worked with almost every major comedian out there.
Yeah.
Including like the Robin Williams, who you said used to steal your jokes and everything.
He didn't steal mine.
But steal other people's jokes.
He stole one of my jokes.
Right.
But they used to hate Robin Williams. So he would be on Mark and Minnie using everybody's lines.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah.
If you look at all the comedians you've ever worked with, because there's certain people, like I remember once we did an interview with Tracy Morgan, when I was recording at a radio station, and Tracy was always funny. He was never out of character, right? He was just always funny.
Well, that's Tracy though.
That's Tracy.
It's him.
Other comedians who I'm not going to mention, when you're just hanging out with them, they're not that funny.
Comedy is over. Comedy is a talent.
Exactly.
You turn it on and turn it off.
If you were to say who was the funniest person you've ever worked with, off camera?
Eddie Murphy is hilarious off camera. Just from his line, he don't do his line now. He's talking about just regular stuff. He's unbelievable, funny. Robin Williams never turned off.
He was always on.
Always on.
Always on.
I knew him for years. I met him. I remember he first came from San Francisco. His parents were doctors. And but a lot of comics, they're quiet when the lights are off. They don't want to go through all this ha ha he shit is over.
Yeah.
Red Fox was funny. Old Fox. He'd come to the comic store. Give me a double Cavassier, and I ain't gonna pay for none of this shit. Give me a double Cavassier. Coke back.
Well, David Letterman's actually the godfather to your sons.
Well, he's not my godfather. He gave my son up. Dave and I are old friends. Mm-hmm. And when my son was born, he gave my son a bond that matured, and it was so, I ain't never seen no bond like this. That thing matured, and I sent my son to college with that money.
Really?
Unbelievable.
So it turned into like a $50,000 bond or something?
I don't know how much it cost, but I know one thing. I wish I could find them today. Those kind of bonds.
Yeah, he got a new show on Netflix.
Yeah, he got a new show on Netflix. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now you're doing stand-up now all the time.
Too much.
Too much. I guess there was a situation last year where they say you had a stroke on stage, or bullshit.
That's bullshit. They said I've been dead 6 times. People kill me with that, boy. I worked in Orlando last Sunday, and this guy named Sloan, who was on the show with me, said he saw a picture of me in a what do you call them thing? We push you in the
gurney.
That's what you call them, a gurney. Yeah, and they push you into the ambulance. They got me waving at somebody, waving at people. I had two colds too early, too quick to each other. So I'm about to get another cold. I said, I just got through with this fucking cold. So I started drinking. I just got me a thing for the Mucinex and started drinking half of it. I started drinking wine before the show. So I'm drinking wine. Then I took my high blood pressure pills. So I got on stage. I forgot my line. I said, I've done about 15 minutes. That's enough. I'm going. It wasn't no damn stroke. I forgot my act. That's why I don't drink no Mucinex and wine again. Mixed Mucinex and wine.
Well, you're 76 years old now.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for 40 years.
More than 40.
More than 40 years.
Oh, yeah.
What keeps you going all these years? Because
Cash,
most 76-year-olds would probably be retired by now.
Money. I like that cash. Keep you alive. If I had to get up now, I mean, to forget doing an interview like this, I'll be sitting at home by my waterfall. If I didn't come and do this. And now tomorrow I got to drive to Oxnard. I'm working in Oxnard Improv. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So and it's the cash, and to stay alive, you know.
Right. I mean, I saw this documentary saying that the people that live the longest are the ones who feel the most useful.
And they keep moving. I got bad ankles from playing basketball and tennis all my life.
Okay.
So I can't hardly walk. I can't jog and all that stuff. I used to play tennis all the time, and man, now I had arthroscopic surgery on my knee. It was hurting so bad. So I don't get out there anymore. So it keeps me going. Plus, I was broke when I was coming up. All them days when we were at the comedy store in the beginning, I didn't have any money.
John Witherspoon, man, really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang.
Bang, 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 bang. Don't nobody go in the bathroom for the next 35, 45 minutes. Yeah, boy. All that stuff I came up with. Get the deed. Shh, don't tell nobody. That's old school.
What are some of the other, your most famous one-liners?
Bang, 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 bang. You got to coordinate.
Got to coordinate. I want to stop on the mushroom belt.
Oh, no, you can't stop there. And I see that I got my phone. I see all them lines and stuff I did on the phone. That's amazing. YouTube. YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got a cooking show on YouTube. I also have a cooking show.
Cooking for poor people, I guess?
Cooking for poor people. Because when you're hungry, everything tastes good. So I cooked, people try to, Aaron Magruder wanted to buy this, not buy it. He wanted to be part of the show. But now, I do it because I want to do it whenever I want to do it. Not, I have a schedule. I don't want to do all that. So all I want to do is just cook for poor people whenever I want to do it. And I got a house next door to my house. I bought a little old house. I go over there and cook my stuff. And I have my camera shooting on myself. And I have a guy does my camera work.
Right, and you're also doing Black Jesus.
We Black Jesus. We did the 3rd season. Hopefully we'll be back soon. We finished. They rewrote all the scripts from Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. I'd interviewed him before, and we talked a few times. And we were talking before, I talked to him a couple weeks before he passed, and I had no indication.
That's amazing. You know, some people like that. My brother's in the hospital right now in Detroit. He had his guts blockage. He didn't even tell his kids. He's like, he's not critical, but he's in very serious condition. A lot of black people don't want to tell anybody nothing until they die. And I guess he don't want the people to come down and hovering over his face while he's in the hospital like, Daddy, bleed on that, Daddy.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest though, the last season of Black Jesus, he looked kind of sick. He looked kind of thin.
A lot of people said that. And also when he did the show with the 4 comics, with Cedric Entertainer, George Lopez, and what's the name? Eddie Griffin, and it was Eddie. It's 5 of them then.
D.L. Hughley.
D.L. Hughley. But we'll be back again on Black Jesus. I'm told we're going to be back again.
Well, you guys are already filming.
We finished already.
Oh, you already finished filming?
We've been finished about 2 months. I'm thinking that why haven't they put it on? But they probably have to find a slot on they're already on Hulu. What is it, Hulu?
Hulu, yeah.
Yeah, we're already on there. But they don't have a slot yet on the Cartoon Network.
Yep.
That's what it is.
John Witherspoon, man, truly appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
I'm glad that we finally got to do this. Congrats on all your success over
I want to get a copy of that.
40 plus years.
Yeah.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? Always stealing the movie. I'm sure you're upset.
Oh, they let me ad-lib. It's my movie.
You know, you're always upsetting all the other actors.
Bang,
for
bang,
coming
bang,
in.
bang.
That's what it is. Until next time.
Thank you.
My man.